What's going on, everybody? It's just another day in the kitchen, back with another episode. And if you're like me, I've been listening to Utopia nonstop since the release this past Friday. Now, if you're also like me, you probably dropped a bag on some amazing Utopia merch. Personally, I can't get enough of this collection, and if you couldn't tell, check out any of my last few videos. However, when I was sitting here today listening to the album, I also started thinking about Astroworld. And if you didn't know, today's actually 5 years since Travis Scott initially tweeted the release date of August 3rd, 2018. Why don't you go ahead and take a look at the trailer?
In the middle of Houston, Texas, is a world called Astroworld. Bring the whole family for thrilling rides, exciting adventures, and memories you'll cherish for a lifetime. Houston's premier.
Now hopefully I don't get a copyright strike for this part of the video, and if I do, y'all better believe I'm really making these for you guys, so you might as well go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. Now for the rest of this video, it got me thinking. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Astroworld merch that initially dropped back in 2018, and I want you guys to let me know which one you guys think is better in the comments. Now, I know you guys didn't expect me to be able to actually review this the same way I've been able to review the Utopia merch, but never fear, it's your boy. Now, this is the first wave of Astroworld merch that released back in 2018, and although it only looks like there's 3 pieces, Travis then ended up going and releasing a hell of a lot more, which we're going to take a look at in a second. I wanted to include some resale so you guys could see how these pieces are holding up 5 years later, and for a $40 tee, the last sale was $76. Now let's take a look at this hoodie right here, and as you can see, the last sale was $199, but the most surprising of all to me was this hat right here. Original retail for $40, and as you can see, it just last sold for $154. When it comes to this Utopia merch, it might be something similar down the line, of course, so go ahead and keep that in mind if you're actually buying these pieces to resell. Now, like I mentioned, these were the first couple of pieces, but now we're about to see the second wave of Astroworld merch, and as you can see in just a second, there's a hell of a lot more variety. And looking back, I can't believe just how much variety there was in this actual drop. When in comparison for this Utopia merch drop, for example, we've only had 1 hoodie out of 2 merch drops. This Astroworld merch drop is super loaded with a lot of crazy accessories, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Starting off, we're going to be looking at these stickers right here, which is already something that we didn't get with the Utopia merch drop, and personally I think these are pretty cool. They're themed after Astroworld, of course, so the space thing makes sense. Now here you guys can see another promotional tee for only $25, which is a steal. This right here was a really cool piece because if you didn't know, Travis Scott had a documentary called Look Mom, I Can Fly, and that's merch that's related to it. In this part of the video, I'm also going to be picking some random pieces just to show you how well the resale is holding up, so you have an idea, of course, 5 years later, how those pieces are doing. Now, would you believe it if I told you that as part of the Astroworld merch drop, there was even a skateboard that was available, and as you can see, with a retail price of $75, 5 years later it last sold for $130. Again, I think that that's something that would have been really sick as part of this Utopia drop, and I would have loved to hang up a skateboard on the wall because I don't actually have any decks up right now. Now, one of the biggest things I noticed while going through this Astroworld drop back from 5 years ago is the fact that the price points have definitely changed quite a bit. You'll notice that a lot of these t-shirts start at $40, whereas this Utopia drop, I think the cheapest was $55, and we even saw a $25 tee as part of this Astroworld drop. This, for example, is another pricier item, this Levi's denim jacket, so I wanted to see how it was holding up when the retail was so expensive, and as you can see, the resale wasn't treating it so well. So while we're on the topic of price points, I wanted to ask your guys' opinion. What do you think is a fair price for a concert tee or a tee like this to support the album? Personally, when I saw the St. Michael tee going for $150 as part of this Utopia drop, the price kind of scared me away because, it's $150 for a tee, despite it being a collab with the high fashion brand. And I think although it is pretty sick, I can see how that price can definitely scare some people away. I remember when I was first going to concerts when tees were still $25, and I was super thankful for that. And then, of course, they bumped up to $40, which has kind of become the new norm. Another thing I was thinking about while looking at this Astroworld drop is the similarity between this Utopia drop and the fact that there have been multiple waves now. I think in total Astroworld might have had 3 or 4 actual different waves of merch drops, all including different types of accessories and different types of things that you can include towards your outfit. And as we've seen so far with Utopia, although we thought that the first merch drop was going to be the last, here we are already at our second. Now these next 2 accessories from the Astroworld drop might be my favorite. Yep, you're looking at a weed grinder and an ashtray so you could get geeked and be the literal highest man in the room, so shout out to Travis. As you can see, another one of those pricey items, this rug right here, actually doubled in value almost. So when I think about the accessory like the briefcase, which we're going to take a look at a little bit later in this video from this Utopia drop, I can definitely see there being some value in terms of it being a novelty item as well as a collector's one. Now these slides are definitely something I bet none of you guys expected or remembered, and it just goes to show you how diverse and how much variety there was when it came to this actual Astroworld drop. Now as we near the end of the Astroworld merch drop here, I just wanted you guys to again remember how diverse the actual drop was. 2018 was a different time in the music industry as well, and these merch sales were able to inflate album sale numbers as well. I don't think Travis needed that at all given how lit Astroworld ended up being as an album, but the actual boost in merch sales definitely helped count towards the album sales, so there's no wonder why he actually had so much variety here when you really think about it. Now I was able to take a look in depth kind of at one item like this, just so you guys can see and get an idea how shipping was. Now the expected shipping at the time back in 2018 was 3 to 4 weeks, however I personally waited up to 4 months for some of these Astroworld pieces. And something else that's pretty cool that you guys can see is that every single one of these purchases from the Astroworld merch also included a pre-sale ticket for the eventual Astroworld festival or Astroworld concert. I think that that's something pretty cool that this Utopia merch should have done as well. However, I think Travis is still going to announce the Utopia Arena Tour sometime this upcoming week. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And I also wouldn't be surprised if there's some more merch associated with that. Now, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I wanted to touch base really quick on this Utopia briefcase. Because according to the Cactus Jack Discord, Travis's own official Discord, apparently there's a golden ticket that's been hidden in some of these briefcases. Now, what that golden ticket means is you're probably going to get a free ticket to the upcoming tour, which has yet to be announced. However, there might also be some goodies in this, so I think that's what helps justify the $150 price range, despite it being a cool collector's item otherwise. Now, I just wanted to recap this video to get your guys' thoughts, given that we're in the middle of this Utopia rollout. And I know not all fans were around during the Astroworld era, so I thought that this would be a cool video for you to see the difference in drops and the different types of items that were actually dropping. Now, with all this being said, let me know in the comments which drop do you think was better. Do you think that the Astroworld drop ended up having a more well-rounded type of merch drop, or do you prefer this Utopia one? All I know is Travis Scott continues to solidify himself as a legend. This Utopia album is definitely a classic that just adds to his legacy further. Now, if you made it this far, thank you so much for checking out this video, and again, you might as well drop a like and subscribe. Let me know your favorite song off of Utopia, and stay safe, guys. Peace.